holding on. We're ahead of you.
I just remembered to change the inputs.
Oh, one more day. Things go your way.
All right, are you
Hold on for one more day.
is that the that Chubber and Two Skinnies?
Wilson Phillips, yes it is.
Okay. What I said.
I guess
If it isn't chunky in the polls.
one Wilson, two Phillipses? I don't remember.
Oh.
Forever.
Are we good? Are we good on the audio?
Do you think we're good?
No, I meant are we feeding from the board? Let's test that.
Hold on for one more day.
Remember, I'm on the internets here.
Okay.
Ah,
Those are always crazy strong.
the Hereternets.
Automatic sign means Papa's fixing it. No worries. Oh, I guess I could.
Hold on for one more day. Break free from the chains.
If we need sports, we can talk about Allen Iverson.
Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Did you know if you change, things will go your way? If you hold on for one more day.
Don't cut this out. I feel like that was a scene from White Girls, but with a white girl. I could be wrong.
I can't believe they passed me over the first time.
Were they?
I was like,
It's the part I was born for.
Perfect. In what way do I not fit the role? What was your vision?
Am I black wearing a white mask? What?
In a way, aren't we? Okay, I'll go.
Let's see. Okay, like it.
Is that good audio?
That's audio.
There we go. Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
You've never heard that's quacktastic. That doesn't ring a bell. You're like my age.
I've heard
I
you
know.
say it.
Sorry. I don't
We
know.
have no. You don't know it either.
Is it from Howard the Duck?
I've heard you say it.
No one
That's
can
it.
quote a damn line from Howard the Duck, the most
This is true.
forgotten film.
I am
It's true.
Howard the Duck.
The
I tried to
film
watch
think he
that
does
role,
that one
recently. We got
time.
halfway through, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
the film role that
I'm so
shows
sorry I made us do this.
the second shooter of JFK is less forgotten than Howard the Duck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He lands in a bathtub once.
Do you see?
Yeah, when he falls
and
to
sees
Earth.
Do you
Yep.
see Leah
all
Thompson's
I get.
teats in that one or no?
No,
I don't think so.
I think you get
She's
really
like
close,
17
but
or
nothing.
something
Yeah.
in that one.
Do
Back
you
in the
see
80s,
Leah
that was
Thompson's
okay.
teats
That
in
was
that one?
legal.
Yeah.
That's true.
You could
Yeah.
do that.
It was 80s legal. Porky's rules.
Porky's
Exactly.
rules.
Yeah. We've been
Porky
over this
statute.
I remember
many times. We've studied Porky's law.
I remember when that ruling came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you studied it. Yeah, you used to be
Yeah.
a lawyer, so I totally trust you.
Sarah, you get your mic closer to your mouth hole.
Sorry.
There we go. Oh,
This is where I usually keep my mic.
I was wondering. I was like, I do not hear her. Something is up with the
I
audio.
was slouching.
It's all good with your scoliosis.
Yep.
Scoliosis
Hey.
chic.
Coolio.
So that's quack. You don't know that's quacktastic.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Quit showing off your weird eclectic memory.
I know, right?
What is it?
Billy Madison. Stop
Oh,
acting like
come
I'm
on.
quoting The
It's
Godfather.
not.
damn it.
Ugh.
I should know that.
We will when other people stop acting like
I
they're
wanted
quoting The
to draw a
Godfather
blue
when they
duck
quote
because I've
freaking
never
Billy
seen a
Madison.
blue duck before. Something like that. I
Yeah,
wanted to-
exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone loses their mind. I think Mrs. Lippy's like, very good, Billy. And I believe he puts the duck
She
in
might
front
have
of him and
been
he goes, that's
The
quack.
best character of that movie.
Oh, just smearing glue on her face. And
Oh,
It's fantastic.
Penelope Spheris.
yeah. There's your comic acting right there.
There you go.
She was
Greek,
great.
She
Greek
was great.
pride. Anyone with even
Who was
like
that?
Penelope Spheris, I believe.
Oh, of course.
She
Of the
direct-
Connecticut Spheruses.
She directed
What?
Decline and Fall of Western Civilization.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the heavy metal movie that was like really.
Huh.
You don't know this one?
I don't.
I believe no.
You know her entire catalog.
Hold on. Her oeuvre? Is that the word? Is it oeuvre?
That
I
sounds
don't know how
right.
you pronounce
We're willing to.
It's that French
suspend-
thing, and then I
Just let
type
it
in the
slide.
first three letters.
Oh, that's
and-
not the French thing.
Yeah, that's true. French and Greek are very different. acts.
Fries is what you're thinking of, I think.
Yes. No, I believe she did Decline and Fall of Western Civilization, which was like a movie about punk guys, like just doing heroin, and they had footage of Sid Vicious stabbing Nancy.
Cool.
Very cool.
Cool.
And then there's part
Actual
2. Yeah, exactly. It's weird because the case is unsolved, kind of.
Right. Exactly.
But she
She goes
filmed
into the
it.
bathroom afterwards, and
Yeah.
she's like,
Hell of a
"I did it."
director.
And part 2 is called The Metal Years, and it's like just the Sunset Strip acts, but there's also they take a break for like a really effed up circa 1985 Ozzy Osbourne, like trying to make breakfast for himself, like wearing like a geisha robe type thing, and he's got that horrible like Suzanne Struthers like or just huge
The blowout.
blonde hair. Yeah, it's disgusting.
You just combine Sally Struthers and Suzanne Summers.
No, who was the broad from
I would forgive you for that, but
yeah, who was Meathead's wife on All in the Family? Was that Sally
I
Struthers?
don't think it was.
I think that was Sally
either
Struthers.
of
Okay, I want
them.
Sally Struthers.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah, Sally
that's
Struthers
Sally
when she was still of like human proportions.
right.
And she kind of had the you know what, we can also go with Melanie Griffith, circa Working Girl.
Fair. Yeah.
Just Ozzy Osbourne. Look up Ozzy Osbourne Shot in the Dark video. That's the hair I'm talking about. It's bleached.
He said as he walked into the third barbershop this week.
Yeah.
And unsatisfied the first 2 times.
And then there's guys, I think White Snake is just, they're in a pool completely like trying to act hard, but they are
Snake
really,
in the Pool is my favorite of their albums.
really drunk on some floaties. And you're like, God, if they
Yeah.
fell off, they would die.
Oh,
They're-
so metal.
Yeah, they're one rubber dragon away from drowning. Show is Papa's Basement. What you looking up?
We're on. Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Sally Struthers.
Okay, let me look it up real
About
fast.
90% sure.
Sally
I
Struthers.
mean, I'm pulling it up here.
I don't remember her being
She's certainly in the
Meathead's
show.
wife, but yeah, okay.
Sally Struthers. Yep. That's the one that got like morbidly obese, I believe is the clinical
Bam.
term. And then I don't know
There
if she
should be
ever
more
became.
diseases that aren't death but have morbid in them.
Jesus Christ. Like, you can get the entire arc of a Greek tragedy just going to Sally Struthers' Google image page. Like, there's her just young and completely like looking like an angel.
It was really unfair that they did a metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Like the Google
They
image
do it.
results where they were like,
It
let's
shouldn't be
start from
organized
the
by
beginning.
date.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be organized.
She looks like
by
the
date.
cover of a damn
really shouldn't.
Animorphs book, like where she went from a human to a hippo, but they still kept her hair on. No, in the middle of it, the very first hit is like her getting Zaftig, but she still has these huge Valkyrie tits. And then, oh my God, by the end of it, she looks like Meatloaf,
Wow.
and not like Meatloaf kind of in shape.
Not Meatloaf the musician, Meatloaf the food.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
Meatloaf for
I get it.
Fight Club.
Meatloaf the thing with ketchup on it as a
Yeah.
sauce. Cool.
I guess she does look like Meatloaf with the gynochromastia, the bitch tits. It's not, God damn, there are some pictures of her where there's her in a bikini next to Archie Bunker.
Wow.
And then there's one for the foot fetishist where
it was
she
a hard life being on
has
a
her
sitcom.
tongue out
Check out my gout.
and her foot is cocked into the frame like she's trying to lick her foot and her big T's are out
Interesting.
like in a bra. That is they made better
a bra
TV
and no
back then.
shoes. Priorities.
Exactly. Again, if you were to make it in a Whitesnake video,
Right.
no, actually I'm completely wrong. You would be wearing nothing but high heels in Whitesnake.
Yeah,
video.
that makes sense.
So the
actually.
show's Papa's Basement. I'm John Papa Giorgio. Show's website's inpapasbasement.com, at Papa's Basement on Twitter. If you want to get every episode of the show, you can go to
And why wouldn't you?
yeah, you can get iTunes. We're there. We're on Stitcher. And again,
SoundCloud.
YouTube, youtube.com/Papa's
Spreaker.
Basement. And we offer a new feature. It is 2016, and we want to get every listener we can. So if you send us a self-addressed stamped shoebox, we will give you any show you desire
Shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
across 20 3.25-inch floppy disks. Or no, 3.5
3.5-inch floppy.
Yeah,
you
and
have
it's
to pay extra
but
for
it's
3.25 inch.
35 and a
I was
quarter.
gonna say at least we get an extra 1/4 inch.
But only
That
two,
always counts. Trust
only
me.
2 tape discs.
Yeah.
For your NEC tape backup.
One library archive
Yes.
style Laserdisc.
Yeah, exactly. And the show notes are on microfiche.
It's like the
I was gonna say one
size of a
microfiched
record.
article.
Transcribed. I am not alone on the show. I am joined in life
Mm.
and behind this mic by 2 lovely souls, lovely people, both of them in much better shape than me. That's why I have to work extra hard with
Emotionally,
the funny.
sure, but
We have to take the reins one day.
Do your thing, children.
Hi, I'm Pete Maybe. I'm at Pete Maybe on Twitter. I am also at maybe not on Tumblr. I swear there will be writing. Actually, there has to be writing. That's coming up in a couple of weeks.
You
There'll be
I
tumbling.
haven't done that in a little bit. I'm going to be working on some sketch coming up, and you guys should look forward to that. But also, you guys should be checking out the Popcast, which is me. Wait, so Pete Othello Papa. There we go.
you got it right.
Yeah, I got it right.
That's our
usually
new-
can't remember when I'm
Is that
there
your
because I
football one?
usually black out.
No, the football one's on Monday. Popcast is Tuesdays because Othello's like booked the rest of the week, so we have
Oh
like
my
one day.
gosh.
So he took our sweet
He's
slot.
super busy.
So now, yeah, we have to work out a set slot
So
for us.
That's
He's-
why we can't do this on Tuesdays anymore.
Kind of, yeah. For the time being, he's in a class. I'm sorry,
Basically-
girl.
Damn, I didn't know it. Sorry.
I got bumped, and this is how you tell me
no!
in front of all of our friends.
Yeah, we're safe now.
You were supposed to be cool.
I'm safe
If you
now.
think I won't kick your boot,
My boot?
yes, your boot. It's the least cussy
Is this
way I could
Nebraska?
say that. I don't know.
Is that why we have to talk
Your
this way?
boot.
Yeah, it's German.
You mean my anus?
I will definitely put my shoe on your boat. I don't
Sarah
know.
Beaker, enraged
Yeah.
Sarah Beaker. That was a white woman just losing her mind, by the way. Aren't they fiery and passionate, folks?
Shut up. I'm Sarah Beaker. I'm on the tweets at Madam Too Soon. And that's it. I don't tumble.
Killing it
I
on the
don't.
tweets.
I don't snap.
Yeah, he doesn't tumble either. And you know
Blowing
why?
up.
He's always
I
like,
haven't done it recently.
oh, it's going to happen.
but
I'm going to
it's
do
coming.
this. I can call him at any
He's
hour
like,
of the
I'm
day.
so close.
And I'll just hear, yeah, buddy, what's up? Because he just smokes on his porch for a living.
I just don't have good internet. When I get good internet, maybe I'll tumble more.
You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
I
Stop
am.
trying to make
Actually, I'll
Tumblr
tell you
happen.
what. What's going to happen is after I do our state mandated writing for the month, I will be posting that.
Oh, is that what's going to
Once I
happen?
get the,
'Cause
once I get the
Ah.
feedback from it.
here's my theory as to what's going to happen. I'm going to call you and I'm going to hear, what's up?
Wow.
That's what's going to happen. Give it
How's
about
it
20 years.
hanging?
Yeah. How are you?
That's a hell of a stand-up bit.
I need to pull out my ring.
I think that'll be my angle when I do stand-up.
You're
Yeah.
going to
It's
be the
just gonna, it's a long time coming, but yeah, I'm gonna do that.
you're going to do
Yeah.
tracheotomy lulz.
Long game.
Mhm.
LULZ.
How's this for a Croner?
I mean, dude, people
Take
won't
my
be able
lung,
to turn on you
please.
too hard. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they can. They'll be like, "Whoa,
Take my
what are we
lung,
supposed to do?"
Please. I'm Henny Youngman. Yeah. You
You're
can,
right.
you can definitely do that because if you're bombing, you can just pop out the ring and then like shove your thumb in your throat and show
Check
people.
that out.
Yeah.
Is that not grossing you out?
You wouldn't be able to talk without the ring, right? You just
He's
have
such
to
a
kind of
shock comic. I don't really like it. I don't know.
like you could draw a Thanksgiving turkey with your hand and then just insert the turkey's head in your throat and people would lose their minds.
Holiday stuff.
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
you
your
can only do it
version.
during fall.
Yeah.
I get it,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
It's a
fall
seasonal
of
bit.
man.
I like
you can't
it.
keep it.
I think that is your version of wheeling out the watermelon with the sledgehammer.
I was
Like,
thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Across countries, it doesn't matter. Audiences will
Yeah.
see it and put on their ponchos and be like, "Yeah, he's gonna do it."
The
That's
turkey
am-
thing.
It's
Yeah.
putting on the poncho. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I throw up immediately afterwards.
Yeah, sure. And so does everyone else. So they're really ponchoing for each
I'm
other.
excited for this show.
Comes out looking like you fingered a beehive. Yeah, it's gonna.
This is
I
really
like
fun.
it. I like it. Well, sorry we missed some show. I'm glad to
You
be back.
ate
Do I have a
watermelon.
name?
Do you have a name?
Yeah, I haven't thought of a name yet, but I was wondering if
Oh,
mean,
for your
this is the
comic
long-
persona.
this is hopefully a long time coming. Yeah, do we have anything we want to spitball
Um,
here?
Oh, is this tapping into the improv we did?
No, I was just wondering.
Here's my awesome name I just came up
We're
with.
not that good yet.
Whole guy.
Ooh, I kind of like it.
You like whole guy.
Hold on. Handy Kaufman. 'Cause, I don't know. That was terrible.
I like
Kaufman
Yeah?
too, and cough spelled
Oh,
like
yeah,
cough. What are-
cough.
What?
Yeah, okay.
So many levels.
We're not going to beat that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is it.
What's it like to win?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Despite losing your trach.
We probably should shut this down now.
You won. I think.
So I don't know what you guys did. Was it labor?
We
Was it
didn't
memorial
labor.
or
We-
like which?
I
is-
wore like 5 concentric pairs of white pants. That's what I did. Because it's
Oh, as
Labor
many
Day.
as you could get in.
Yeah, and you
Oh.
got to wear all your white pants.
I thought you were menstruating like really hard.
Yeah.
So
and,
wear white
Just
pants.
wanted to be bold anyway.
Just
Making
white
a
Just like
pants,
this is gonna happen. So
layer of baking soda, white pants, and
Yeah.
just keep on going.
yeah, they're just
I
like
think-
phyllo dough. Really.
I think you need to work on your act. It's no handy golf.
Yeah,
It's no handicap. Yeah,
it's
that's
coming.
true.
It's coming along though.
hold
Thank
on.
you.
I have another great name. You'll be the Mensterpater.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
Are we close?
You're not super
we'll work
good at
on
We're good.
something.
but yeah, something we'll think of something.
You know what?
That's not that.
I'm good at names if I'm not the nameologist. There you go. It was because there's one where you kind of have to temper how good it is to do nothing. Well, I'll pretend that I'm like you guys and I get the day off.
Oh,
And I'm not just letting
Labor Day. I
drunks
get it.
in.
Okay.
There's the one where we have to like mourn the dead.
Sure.
Is that all right, Whistler's mother?
Arbor Day.
Okay. Memorial Day? Is that that's the first one? They kind of bookend summer, right?
I can never
Yes.
remember a holiday.
Yeah,
from
that's
my life.
when swimming pools open
Yeah.
and close.
So Memorial
That's why they're
Day,
holidays.
Yeah, we act like it's really sad and we remember the
Right.
fallen.
But it's like swimming pools open.
yeah,
Yeah,
and hot
exactly.
dogs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Not just throat
All your
cancer,
teacher
but
friends can suddenly like drink during the day
rectum
again.
cancer. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And
Like
ev-
they ever
and
stop.
everyone berates
Right.
everyone for not like remembering that it's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And they have
Exactly.
to
Oh,
be
you always
somber.
like say nice things to vets and they're like, that's not what that is. Don't do that.
No,
Yeah.
I always have those friends.
Why
that
are you
like,
doing I'm not dead.
"Don't
Do you not
forget."
understand?
a vet? And I'm like, dude, get your ass to drinking beer.
That's why
and have a
he had
barbecue. Why,
Colonel
why
Sanders
be an
and-
ass about it?
I say
Yeah.
thank you for your service.
That's really good.
Go to the KFC.
Yeah.
I thank everyone there.
Thank you, Colonel Sanders.
And I walk past any box of Captain Crunch and cry.
Yeah.
He gave so much, man.
He did.
For this country, he gave his own.
And
He
we
gave
gave
us
Crunch
so
double
Berry.
the
little.
berries, I
Yeah.
believe, at some point.
Yeah, you know how many little Japanese
Oops,
kids
more
died for
crunch
that?
berries. Where do you think those berries came from? His own pockets.
You have to fight for them.
Yeah.
And then Labor Day, this is a country that now just wants to pretend there are no class divides.
Yes,
Be-
we've always enjoyed pretending that.
Somehow we did the big swing
That's not
against the
gonna stop.
commies like in the 20s,
Yeah.
the 30s, the 40s, and it
What?
never
Everybody having jobs is weird.
the
We're gonna
pendulum
do
never
this.
came back. I forgot who said it, but the point was or the line, communism will never work in this country because our poor just believe they're temporarily embarrassed millionaires. And
That's fantastic.
It
Yeah.
was some guy that
That's great.
I christened Smarty because I'm the nameator.
Yeah, that's true.
Smarty
You are the
McGood-
namiac.
Smarty McGood quote. I forgot. Yeah, it was good, but it's so true. Like our poor in this country refuse to believe
Yeah.
they're poor. Like they want to believe that they have more
Totally.
in common with any politician who pretends to toe their line.
Yeah, we have like a ton of poor Republicans.
Yeah,
So, like
yeah.
you're just come on.
Well, it blows my mind. Like a couple weeks ago, they tweeted a picture of Trump like on a private jet, putting in like a monogrammed handkerchief, and he was about to like with a knife and fork
Eat
eat
a
some
delicious
KFC.
Trump
Oh,
steak.
yes.
And they're like,
Ah.
"Oh, he's one of us." I'm like,
Mhm.
which segment of this
Mm.
photo, in any way, shape, or form, is one of any of us? He's
I-
on his own jet. He has a
You
kerchief.
both have rib sauce on your face. That's it. That's the whole.
Well, everybody was like, why is this asshole eating it with a knife and fork?
Yeah, like
You're
Mr.
not
Pitt
one
with
of
a candy
us.
bar. Who are you fooling?
Oh
Just
my
get in
gosh.
there with your fingers, for God's sake. I feel like a sissy because back when I was crushing a lot of KFC, I wouldn't typically just eat it off the bone. Like I dig my fingers in and just rip the sinews
Oh,
off.
No, you,
Yeah, I do that.
Like you were bobbing for
People make fun of
apples,
me for
right?
doing that. Yeah.
No, it's great because you look greasy as hell, so no one wants
Yeah.
to get into your stuff. They're like, "Oh, can I have that?
Oh,
you know,
that's why.
can I have that breast meat?" And you're like, "Oh, this breast meat." You just finger it a bit.
You just give it the old turkey.
Yeah, like old Handy Kaufman over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like getting like the S that exists between the meat and the bone, like that weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
nebulous-
yeah, that
You
weird
don't like
stuff.
that
Yeah.
sinewy little
Yeah,
flabby.
the gelatinous business there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The stuff that our
I don't-
boys bled on Memorial Day.
Yes, that's the stuff.
So I used to just tear it
Tasty
off in
gristle.
strips, but like people would look at me and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Oxford? What finishing school did you go to?" Because I would do that, and this guy's
Oh.
knife and forking it
Come on.
with, I think, like a goddamn crystal next to him,
You know,
and they're
that's
like,
why
"Yep,
I worry about
That's it. That's me.
that is my guy."
like the people in the break room that you go into the break room and there's donuts, but then one of the donuts is like cut into quarters and like one of the quarters is
I
Oh,
hate
she's
taken.
that
watching her
person.
weight.
You're like, come on.
Yeah, she's watching her weight. My mom does that all the time.
Oh,
Do you know
I can't
how many-
stand that. That's a dangerous road to go down.
Do you know, especially when I lived
Cutting
at
up
home,
finger food.
it's a joke. My mom would take the pizza cutter and just go halfway down the slice. And you know what
yeah,
that means?
I've seen this behavior.
Fatso her boy is eating 2.5 slices instead of 2. So thanks for passing the buck to me because I have no self-control. You see that half
Right?
slice, you're like, this
Also, it's
doesn't even
pizza.
count.
I can't
Yeah,
blame
then it's
you.
like not even a slice.
Yeah, you can fold it so like a full slice has like a little half, like a hat to it. It's amazing.
Pizza Hat. That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Exactly that,
It's a
and
great name.
it's no Handy Kaufman, but no, the Namester Jr. needs
Yeah.
to come up with Pizza Hat, not
I
you.
still think you're a maniac.
Yeah. So it was Memorial, and
It was labor.
yeah, okay, that was the point of everything we did, and then I forgot it. So thanks, buddy.
Never
You-
forget.
You are Smarty McKitchen
Oh,
because
so
you're
s-
smart but
oh.
still a woman.
yeah, I got it. Despite being a woman.
So it's Labor Day, and you live in BF,
Yep.
and you live in the city.
Yeah, downtown.
I'm the porridge that Goldilocks chose, and
It's
for the
just
entire
right.
3 days, there were fireman hobos. I'm sorry, I'll pronounce it like a
What are
Jewish
those?
last name, fireman.
Is that like
There
a
were fireman
fireman.
hobos collecting at every intersection near my house. Like for
wait? So they're actual
where-
firemen though. They're not like people dressed as firemen.
we don't know. They could have just
Yeah, I think
carjacked.
we
like
treat civil
As
servants.
firemen.
so,
Okay.
the firemen, they were legit firemen, and I could tell because they parked the fire trucks like in the median. I guess so people didn't think they were maybe really creative hobos. And
I would reward a creative
these
hobo.
guys,
Yeah.
were just,
We all
Especially if they
reward
could-
creative hobos.
if they
That's
could
kind of
buy a
our
fire
thing
truck.
in DC.
I would be down.
I've
We're like, ooh, you play the mouth harp. Great. Yeah.
years
no
ago,
problem. Violinist can go F himself.
You can
but-
speak in tongues.
Yeah.
Here's my money.
wow, your sign is like
Mouth
really
harp
well
is great.
edited.
mouth harp. Is that a harmonica?
Well, no,
Oh.
it's also called a Jew's harp.
And you went with the other one?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Of course. Because
Why?
I don't know. Do you know what
Not
I'm talking
you.
about? The little thing that's sort of
Is
it
it a
looks like
circle?
a bass clef, kind of.
A Jew's harp.
That's the name of the instrument. It was just the first eclectic instrument I could think of.
You just made John's day.
Ugh,
I know.
I hate John's Day.
I know, right?
A Jew's harp. It looks like something I used to change safe combos.
Oh, you looked it up. Okay.
No wonder it's money related. I get it now. Oh god, a Jew's harp. That's amazing. Oh god, why is it a Jew's harp?
I know.
Why?
I tried to look this up once. It might be like a false cognate. Like it, I don't know. Like you put it in your mouth, so it was like chews or something
And
like
then
that.
your change falls out of your pants?
And no, no, I think it might be. Yeah, I think it might be a false cognate,
A Jew's
but
harp.
I'm not sure.
Wow. Wowzers.
All right.
Can we
People
just
made more
What do you
money
want to say
playing
about
it.
Labor Day?
I didn't see a single Jew's harp.
Oh, creative bums. That's what you're at.
Yeah, the creative bums. So the fireman guys, the fireman bums, were walking around and they had their boots
I love
out.
that calendar, by the way. Fireman bums.
Are girls really into that?
Caliente.
Is that a thing girls really like? The
The
Butts?
fireman's calendar.
well, yeah.
Or
Also the butts
firemen,
thing.
or both.
I know Tina Belcher does, but she's a guy.
No, it's
playing a woman.
definitely a thing. Yes.
They really
Because
like
there
an
aren't very many
ass.
like shapely, nice looking shapes on the male body, but like a muscular butt is a very nice shape.
Isn't that
Yes,
cute?
basically all women like a nice looking butt.
That's great. How that is
think
what
it's so
women are
strange.
into, and yet we as guys, with our projection of our own pornographic insecurities, we're like,
Never think about the
chicks
butt.
are just into like 10-inch poles.
No,
They
I
just-
know, right?
definitely
they
not.
want to get
God.
ripped up.
I
Like
wish
you've
I had-
seen them. They're right. You wouldn't put that on a
Okay,
plate.
well now I'm gonna think about. God, I wish
You
I
wouldn't
had,
take that home to mother.
I,
Right.
I
You
wish
wouldn't be like, I want to cuddle that.
I wish I had a 10-inch butt.
Oh, so you're saying the you size queen. You're saying the porno I watch when the women are like, oh, I can barely take it, and then they
They're
do, and then a look of ecstasy spreads across their face. Is that a ruse, a lie?
So when the women wow,
they could
when
almost be comedic actors.
yeah, when the
They're
women
so good.
wow when they're unzipping the pants, it's because they placed a mirror
Yeah,
behind that guy.
basically.
All right.
Movie
Now-
magic.
Sweet ass cakes.
It's all
Yeah.
broken for me.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Do you know what though? You can get butt implants. That's way easier than the
that is a thing.
than the
Yeah.
frontal stuff.
Oh, the D implants.
What?
B.
No. I'm saying D
Oh, yeah.
implants are like
That-
impossible.
It's not there yet.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
that's
done
not a
much
thing?
research,
Nope.
but from what I've heard,
Sure, you haven't.
they pretty much inject
Okay, maybe a
fat
little.
into your prick,
Sure.
and so
okay.
it looks
Rather than
lumpy.
the other way around.
It looks lumpy on top of what
and
it
that,
was.
and then it can go bad. So
Yeah.
you don't.
And
you don't want it,
rancid D.
you don't want it souring. Yeah.
I think they can.
But like that one friend's house where they left the butter out like on the counter all the time,
That's
so it would be
Oh, and
exactly
soft.
nothing
what-
happened
Oh.
to it
The
because
D can
butter
look
doesn't
like.
go bad. Shut up. You've lost the McKitchen
It's
last
Who
night.
uses
Disgusting.
butter? Ghee, y'all.
Ghee.
Christ. Ghee.
True though.
All I ever think
For
of
real,
when I
way
hear
better.
the term ghee,
I'm going to use ghee in my butt.
there's
Yeah.
an episode of Sopranos
Yeah.
where
Hashtag clarified butt.
Tony eats at an Indian restaurant after eating at Artie Bucco's restaurant or something like that. And Carm calls and she's like, Artie, Tony's crapping his brains out and barfing too. What did you feed him? And then he finds out that Tony also went to an Indian restaurant. He's like, oh, that ghee crap's horrible. That's what did it. And just completely exculpating himself. Just being like, yeah, you can't sue me. You can't whack me. He went to the Indian restaurant. And obviously that's where diarrhea comes from.
That is the trope.
He blames
It
ghee
is.
specifically. I remember that. So anytime I hear ghee,
Blames-
I can just I can just think of Tony on the toilet where like this completely I mean
It's my
it
next
has
on Broadway.
comedic
Yeah.
Who
Ghee
blames
on
ghee?
off Broadway on toilet.
it's a serious show that has laughs like arise from the characters,
So I've heard.
but they have Tony on the toilet and just play like
God.
the Dumb and Dumber dump sound effects. Like they just went for broke for one instant. They're like, we don't care. I don't care that it's a
Oh.
mobster crapping
Oh my God.
That
and
is
how
awesome.
authentic this show is. It's just going to be, you know, and Jeff Daniels going,
Whoa, that's
After
a
he's
spicy meatball.
exactly. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. That is the scene.
Wow.
So, back to
So we s-
fire bums.
We got these fire hobos. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire hobos screwed with me all weekend long because something switched in me when I was a young lad. We would drive by all kinds of junkies when I worked with my dad in DC. This was not like happy white people DC that you
Sure.
live in,
Sure.
although there was some random guy just shooting.
Yeah, let's be serious. Yeah, there was somebody
Earlier
shooting
this
week in your
on your
neighborhood.
block.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't me, and I don't know why you keep asking.
Randomized.
But we would drive through during the crack days when
Yes. That is what we called it.
my dad, to conduct a social experiment, people would walk up and be like, can I have $1 for food? My dad would be like, I will literally go to McDonald's and buy you $5 of food if that's what you really want. And they would just like walk away from him
I could see that.
because they were watching their weight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't want to go there.
Right. They're like, I was going to go to Whole Foods
Exactly.
My
and buy
point,
nothing with that.
my point is
Lemon water.
one Brussels sprout.
Yeah.
My point is I came from a tradition of like
I have
giving. Go, finish it. Finish it, my
Commit
child.
to the bit.
I forgot what the stuff is called. Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Yeah.
May I have some more kombucha?
Yeah.
sir?
Words no one has ever uttered. You down your bottle and you're like, ugh.
I'll drink
That's-
this garbage.
That's
from
my
time to
good
time.
deed for
Oh,
the
there's
year.
like moss on the top of it. It's good.
Well, you stop reading once you see the word fermented.
Yes. I'm like, that looks dirty enough for
And
me.
you're like, tricked
Yeah.
again. I
Sorry.
used to give money like freely. I would see hobos and I'd be
Yeah.
like, sure, here's a buck. And maybe in a microcosm
Especially when I first moved to DC.
of what's happening in Europe, where at first you're like, immigrants, come over here. And then like 6 billion of them are here. And you're like, God, just stop. Okay, we're done. I was cool with the dollar bill thing until it started getting in my backyard. And now that every suburban intersection is worked by 2 to 3 hobos, I'm like, I just can't. And I don't have smokes to give them anymore. And
Nope.
you think I'm going to give them my vape to hit up? They're not going to do it. And I wouldn't want them to.
Yeah.
No. That would be terrible.
Like you could pull out
It's
a
a bad
vape,
idea.
yeah, for a hobo, and
Yeah.
then he'd go, I have my pride.
exactly. Yeah.
Don't want to look gay.
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
gosh.
don't want to look
I just
douchey
remembered I
in
gave
front of
a
everybody. in front of
homeless
this whole
person
crowd.
half an egg the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Hard-boiled,
eating an
right?
egg. Yeah,
Okay.
a hard-boiled egg.
Cool.
And he asked me for something, and I was like, "You can have the other half of this." And he was like, "Okay."
Oh, I hope he hurled it at you.
No, I don't know. I didn't know what to say. But in
guys-
retrospect, that was a really weird thing for me to do.
Yeah.
So sorry,
very
universe.
A little bit
Freudian
caught in the
too.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
A man needs of you and you offer ovum.
yeah, I do offer ovum.
Way to go there.
Mm-hmm. So
Sorry.
highbrow.
Sorry, I was thinking
So weird.
that's your weird fact of the day. Betty Crocker, when it
Donated
first came
their
out,
eggs.
it bombed as like a cake mix because it required nothing outside of the box.
Oh.
So they hired some guy who was like a disciple of Freud's. They're like, why did our crappy food, it's just crap in a bag that you bake. Why did that tank? Because it shouldn't. America's
Yeah.
going to be so
We're
fat
super
so
lazy,
soon.
so
Yeah.
what's the
And
problem?
he said women felt guilt that they contributed nothing. And so
That is probably a thing.
in a Freudian way, they
Oh,
want what is
dear.
the most womanly thing out there
Is
other
that
than
true?
menstruating into the pan. They're like, take
Yeah.
a single
And
egg.
we only do that on Sundays because of God.
Exactly. Well, that's how you get
God
attention.
gave it to us,
in
and
the face of
we're giving
football.
it to our families secretly, and then watching them eat it.
I love this lemon cranberry cake, mother.
I know you did.
It's only lemon. Don't put peroxide on
But that makes a lot of sense. Like
no,
a-
it's red velvet.
it. Oh. So they would,
a person needs to feel like they're doing something.
yes.
Yeah, I believe it.
They said, what is the most feminine thing you can do? And after stir it with a
That's-
tampon was ruled out,
John was in the room.
they said, take
Yeah.
an egg and crack it in. Now the egg is worthless. Like one egg in an entire cake,
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
true.
matter.
It's like
Yeah, I remember when they stopped carrying the tampon.
But after,
Mm.
but after
now it's just a
and these
prize
were
in the
like-
box.
Right.
World
Every
War
now and
II
then.
era ration tampons.
Yeah,
They were
made
just-
from like melted down toys.
Oh
Yeah.
just covered in sawdust.
Yeah,
Don't get near a flame,
they
ladies.
come in a box like those poppers.
Exactly.
Fireworks you throw.
Just-
They come in sawdust.
Keeps them dry.
Chinese writing
Throw
on the
on
side.
ground.
Yeah, the egg was the answer, and it started selling like crazy after that.
Yeah.
Nice.
If what you're trying to say is
You
could
wanted
go
the
for some
hobo.
cake, I could also go for some cake right now.
I'd like some cake.
I'm never eating your cake if you bring it here.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll film it.
Get vanilla on vanilla.
you two.
She
We
can't
can get a
sneak
couple
much into
hits.
that. The fireman hobos. We'll finish this story yet. I stopped caring when I learned that there were hobos in our area that would like work it and then go to like a car
And they
after working their corner and doing things like that. And I
Hmm.
need to see real disfigurement in a hobo. That's what I'm saying. I need to, if you're like a flipper dude,
yeah.
like you've got one normal arm and then one arm that after the elbow just culminates in like a nub. And you're like,
Sure.
God, for the sake of aesthetics, could you just get the nub removed? Can you get a nubbyectomy?
Mhm.
I mean, I'll do it with a pair of nail clippers if you want it. We're cool with your lack of an arm. The nub is weirding us out. That's
Well,
where I'm.
he also takes your money with it, like half the time, because he's like, "Well, I was holding
Mm.
a coffee."
Are you, I would,
yeah.
if they could do that, I would hold up a Ben Franklin, and I would, if you can spear through his face and keep it on your nub, the sword and the stone is
That
yours.
great. Then he's gonna sharpen it and come back and stab people.
Oh, and it'd be all scabbed up with just the bone
Oh,
poking out of the
man.
nub.
That dude sounds cool. I'll pay him.
Nubby
Yeah.
McScabs.
Yeah,
Look
I'll
at
pay
me.
him.
The name
So what are you
guy.
gonna do? What's your plan? You just avoid him now?
I spent all weekend avoiding them. It was very taxing because
You have to drive
hobos,
quite a bit.
I
around.
feel slightly guilty. A fireman wearing his sassy new fire trousers, I believe is the technical term,
Mm, yeah.
next to a shiny new truck. How would you feel if I approached you in my finest Men's Warehouse suit next to my shiny new 2014 Honda Civic? And I was like, I need more money. You'd think to yourself, this guy isn't even playing the game. Why don't you park a fire truck that's on fire or put it on cinder blocks and walk up to me with like an empty oxygen tank? Tell me about your friend who died in the backdraft. Do something that makes me
Who's an
think you
extra.
need this
I was to
cash.
say in
Yeah.
the movie, actually tied in the movie.
Don't park
Yeah.
your $2 million goddamn truck here and then say, put your money in my smelly
They
boot.
do get a lot of money from the taxes. I mean, I don't know how much of it that they have
Yeah.
to use.
What are they raising money for? Are they raising money for the fire department when
That-
they do
I'm
these
always
boot
curious
thingies,
about that
or
too.
are
I
they
think it
raising it
actually-
for some other thing?
I think
which
it
would
actually
also
is
be
for the
weird.
fire department.
Yeah, that's weird. Why can't they just serve a bunch of people spaghetti or whatever? Isn't that what cops do?
Well, they should just put on like
I guess,
really
yeah.
cool
Spaghetti
fire
dinner
shows,
situation.
right? They should just burn stuff and be like,
Control-
Also
hey,
burn
yeah,
stuff.
you
Yeah,
guys
why
want to
is that
see us
so hard?
burn something real like
Yeah. A
some
man,
real-
maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Then they take
right?
a
Yeah.
witch.
Or which?
You guys want to see us burn a bum?
There you go. Two birds. Two birds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
I
no
knew I should-
Handy
Stay for the
Kaufman
late
for
show, you
you.
get
We
two
need you to
birds.
solve
I
the
knew I
world's
should
ills.
take office somewhere.
It it puzzles me, and I get it. Yeah, they don't have enough cash. They can always use more cash, but aren't these government service jobs? And I'm not like going out of my way to belittle what cops do or whatever, but it's weird. On one hand, whenever someone makes like a hyper liberal post, and then like
Mhm.
my conservative friends share like all the conservative comments who are like, cops work for like literally piss on their hands. That is how they're paid. You're like, that is a bum gig.
Doesn't sound right.
But then on the other hand, I hear from people who are like, yeah, being a cop is sweet. I like routinely sign up for overtime.
Yeah.
And I hear about cops all the time that like clear six figures.
I work
Yeah.
arenas and I get paid triple overtime.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, where's the truth? And
Hard to
I'm
tell.
not a dude who's like, people hear that and they're like, you just shouldn't be making that. Really? I think that every common man should be clearing 60 or 80 because you know what? It's tough.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
It's tough
right?
under that. Like, I'm not going to walk up to some dude who isn't like Richard Branson and be like, you make way too much. No, I really don't care that the cops making that much. It's just weird that I would think like a fire dude is in a similar milieu. Look at me francing it up. I'd like to think they make OT, they make some money, and I do get weirded out when people are like, he works a job where he could die. There are so many more deadly jobs out there than
Do
cop
you know
and
how many
fireman.
firemen die?
17
Probably a year.
per second. It's horrible.
No, actually, in Prince William County, where I grew up, there was only one from
Wow.
from my birth to now, and it
Well-
was some guy that was like kind of actually my age. It
I
was
feel
like
like
Was it
5
the
years
second
ago.
of your birth
But that was it.
and you've reincarnated as him?
Yeah.
That's
it
why
was
you're
a
wearing a
Phoenix
red t-shirt?
situation.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like there's
That's why they
some
call me the heat
statistic
miser.
about like our parents' generation and like fire deaths around the time that we were all born went way the heck down, and basically because of asbestos. Like, so all of a sudden we were able to make fireproof things, and so there wasn't a house fire, like every day.
Oh,
So now people just don't die in fires
Our
anymore.
jumpers weren't made of
They die
match
of
heads.
We have
mesothelioma,
actual
but
housing standards.
yeah, I
They
mean
were
we
like,
have
we need a firewall
we
between
recall
these two
baby
houses.
blankets that are made out of
I will give you.
Matches.
bones. I don't know.
I'll tell you this: the
I knew we should have
average
used matches.
We should not have used matches.
I think-
Too expensive.
the average house like 30 years ago took something like 17 to 20 minutes to burn down.
Wow.
And
yeah.
it is now something like 3 minutes.
What?
Like the way they build them now, they're
What
just
are you talking
gone.
about? You're making stuff up.
No, I saw it on Reddit, and if it's on the internet, it has to be true.
Okay, you got me.
Look it up.
I can't argue.
It is a factoid.
That's
I
as
saw
up
like
as you
10
can
minutes
look
ago.
at.
logic.
No, it's weird because I'm looking right now at a list of. Have we done this already on air where we talked about dangerous jobs?
I
Did
love
this
lists.
never.
but
I don't
come
no,
up?
I don't think we have.
Okay.
We hasn't.
We have this bizarre veneration. Not really bizarre, but we carry this
Yeah.
ideal of like, dude, cops and firemen. Like ever since
I
9/11,
think it's a
we're just
little
like,
bizarre.
they are
We're
the
not
bravest.
checking in with any
they're the-
facts before feeling that way, right?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. The bizarre fact checklist. It's just, it's very. Ever since 9/11, it's been this, and you say,
It
oh,
was
this
like that a little
fascist.
before.
You sound very hippy dippy. Just this very hardcore veneration of people who no one twisted their arm to do this job. Like a
Yeah.
lot of jobs have difficulties too, though. Like I feel a lot of guys who like go
Have you
off
ever
to
been
war.
an iron worker?
Well, we'll get there. Yeah, I've watched the beginning of Rudy. A lot of guys that go off to war,
Or the end of An Officer and a Gentleman.
they grew up playing with guns and army men. Like this is what they wanted. You could be like, look, your odds are like 50-50. And they still be like, oh, screw it. This is what I want.
Yeah.
We're weird little robots in this world that
I
do
think
what
it's
we
a little
wanted to
weird.
do since we were
Nobody
kids.
has to be, right? Like there is definitely a situation where you have to be in the military. That happens. That has happened,
Yeah, it's called the draft.
right? But so that's something to,
A dude that goes
Venerate
willingly. Yeah,
properly.
I respect you, but I
and also like there's,
respect the
you're in a
pizza guy.
situation where you have very few options or whatever. Like, but yeah, I don't think that's ever the case with cops and firemen. It's not like you can't get other jobs.
That is how I feel. But you even go down the list of dangerous jobs because, especially with those two, you hear like they go off to work not knowing if they'll come back home that night.
Yeah.
So here's
Why?
the
Because
list.
they take the subway.
Yeah, people can. To quote Al
gonna take a
Pacino in
while.
Heat, you can get killed walking your doggy.
That dog particularly.
Great impression, by the way. What are you
Yeah.
doing, Pete? Were we off center this whole time?
Sorry.
Okay. So here are your occupations in
Oh yeah,
order
it's just your hand.
of fatal injuries per 100,000 people. Loggers, number 1.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
We don't have logger day.
We don't jack off enough to them.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. The
I
sexy-
agree.
I mean, this social.
the
I am
sexy
gonna
logger
start
count.
today.
Oh, I got yeah.
Yeah.
2,
Props to Paul
fishers
Bunyan.
and related fishing workers.
Okay.
So like the
People who are
detached
on
guys.
boats for 6 months at a time. Yeah, that's some dangerous shiz.
3, my boy over here, aircraft pilots and flight engineers.
I thought you were gonna say
Okay.
IT, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
we are pretty.
It's mostly
clumsy, I guess.
suicide, but
Yeah,
4, roofers.
seriously, death by masturbation.
roofers.
Roofers. Think about
Okay.
it. They fall off, they break their neck.
That was what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Also,
We weren't getting super creative.
The shingles came to life and they
I,
ate
I
them.
was
Shingles.
gonna say they probably have the best life insurance plans too.
Oh, I doubt anyone agrees to cover them. This is America
A roofer?
2016. They find
I
out
think
what
you
you
could
do.
still get covered as a roofer.
Well, through the
I think, like,
company.
Would you
I guess.
have to? Oh yeah.
and fisherman stuff like that's pretty tough.
Oof. I
I
bet.
think
You
it's
have to
roofers,
lie.
You still get covered.
and just say you're working at like
Yeah, they
Sweet
got
Green down the
mattress
street.
insurance.
And then they're like, well, if you work at the little crap hole down the street, why did a shark bite off your hand in Alaska? I was on vacation.
You should have landed in the bushes.
We have refuse and recyclable material collectors, farmers,
Really?
Wait, what?
iron
Wait,
workers.
We're
Is
talking
that
about
a bum?
garbage guys.
What, refuse and recyclable material collectors? Garbage men.
Garbage man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the
exact-
garbage
like
man's deli.
Yeah, Tony
Yeah.
Garbage Man.
Yeah.
a Jewish last name to go with Jewish harp. I am
Really though.
I am Hiram Garbageman.
I guess they could get hit by cars.
Yeah, or
mean, they
they
are
get drunk
riding
and
off
fall into the
the-
compactor.
Back of
That,
That
or,
too.
You know what?
it.
Maybe
The compactor. Yeah, that's
maybe get sick.
Yeah, you pick up some
Okay,
trash with
okay.
syringes.
Actually, yeah, we're
I
this.
guess
It's much easier to
You
imagine
eat
being
what
a garbage
looks
man
like a
and-
non-spoiled sandwich.
exactly
Happened to the best of us.
Somebody
It
gives you
does.
half an egg and then you eat it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's a very dangerous
Where was
world.
that?
So
Ugh.
farmers, structural iron and steel workers, bam.
Farmers are
Yeah.
terrible though.
Drivers
'Cause
slash
you know that's like
sales
a-
workers and truck
Oh,
drivers.
That's like a thresher.
Truck drivers.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there a
The
guy?
farmers ones,
Yeah.
you know, it's got to be just
Well, and,
god awful.
you know, animals. they're
Wasn't there
like-
a dude years ago who
Bigger than you.
somehow called 911 after his arms were ripped out of their sockets by
Whoa!
some sort of?
I believe
No.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
That is amazing.
And then he went on to become the guy that plays the guitar with his feet.
Sweet. Good for him. I
ever
saw
seen
it.
that dude?
Yeah, I saw
Did
it
he
on
play guitar before?
He doesn't actually.
No, it's a
Oh.
different guy.
Oh.
No, the guy who lost his arms in the thresher then learned to use a shotgun with his feet. And
Yeah.
Sure.
taxi drivers in the top 10, electrical power line
Taxi
installers.
drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are.
Yeah, you
asses.
spend more time in traffic. Like that's probably our most the most likely way that we would die, right?
in a car.
So yeah, in a car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So your odds are higher. The
Yeah,
longer
so
you're
the
in a
more
car.
if you're in traffic all day long. That makes sense, I guess.
I drive a ton for work. At the end of a long day where I'm just
Deuces,
completely
John.
zoned out. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to die. At 15, cops.
Wow.
Firemen,
Taxi drivers are higher than cops.
firemen not even in the top 20. But we
Yeah.
don't have this weird respect for guys that work actually
Yeah,
more
steel
dangerous
workers.
jobs. I'm just saying.
Well, we're going
True.
to now. We're starting it.
We almost have a weird contempt for anything that used to be union-y. We're like, oh, you
True,
lazy
speaking
bums.
of Labor Day.
Oh, you bums. And it's funny to me because
No. That's
you
true.
know, it's called the 1% for a reason, because the other 99% of us are on the other side of that.
Yeah.
So there's your Labor Day spiel, I guess. Look
Yeah,
at that. It
I like
did have a
It
cohesive
totally did.
thing. I actually spent Labor Day not really laboring.
And we educated some fools.
Yeah, ourselves.
Shorty don't want to hear what I'm
Definitely.
kicking in his ear. So
I learn something every time we do this.
do you really?
I just want to say I'm thankful for that.
that she feeds
Yeah.
bums half-eaten food? I learned that.
Yeah.
I learned that bums will take half-eaten food. I don't have to
Right?
give them
Oh,
money
you-
anymore.
Come on, yeah. I've done it
I'd
before.
be like, you know what? There's a little bit of beer left in this.
oh, I'll have
You
some
can have it.
Chipotle.
Take
Just hand it over. Be like, it's a bowl,
This
so I
is just
stirred
the
it all
lettuce.
together.
Did you know that at
And it got
Chipotle you can
warm.
get 1 or 2 tacos? You don't have to get 3 tacos, and they just prorate it. You can get like a taco for like $2.50 or something.
Life hack.
Yeah, totally.
Whoa.
Hashtag value, right?
That's not
I
bad.
am going to make a burrito and then say I want half and see if that works. And then if they're about to chuck the other half, we'll be like, well, if it's going in
Have
the
I
trash,
got a deal for you?
there are children in Africa, so pony it up.
Oh,
Sounds
it
good.
probably has pony in it.
Do we want to talk improv? Do we want to talk improv?
I want to hear how your improv class
I want to
went.
let Beaker do something.
What do you mean?
I don't know
I'm
if you-
talking.
Do you want to? That's true, but I want you to feel.
She
you
already
talked
said she
enough.
wasn't the
How
shooter.
dare you mansplain to me? No, it's fine.
Shut up and talk, bitch.
It's like this every time. I'm held
Yeah, sure.
against
We can
my
talk
will.
improv. So, little
Yeah,
secret.
I want to hear how your class went.
We'll
we
let
like
you guys
saved
in on a
it.
little
Sure.
secret. John and I got real gay, and we're like, "Hey, we should do improv
I don't like
together."
how you said that, and there was too many words between then the end of that sentence. Like John and I got it real gay. 18 lines
You
later.
just don't want
And then-
anyone to have the opportunity to turn the podcast off before they get to the end of the
We
sentence.
can't
Then
afford
we
it.
They're
went
like,
to-
well, I knew this was going to happen.
Then we
Beep.
went to improv.
Can't afford it.
No, so we started doing improv classes. It's me, John, Othello, and his friend Chris. I just met Chris today.
Yeah, with the hyper Aryan last name, Lingenbach.
yeah.
He is very Hitlery in a good way.
Yes,
Not
exactly.
Not a Jew's
Like the
heart
baby
way.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Nice
and not to
Hitler.
brag,
Blue eyes,
but,
smile to die for.
and not to brag, but we're definitely the all stars of the class.
Really?
I
Do you
think
agree with
so.
this?
I think John did really well.
Do you have
I-
a horn to toot?
He was doing his old Johnny thing where he was like, "I use big words."
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
sorry.
I figure you'd be good at
I'm
improv.
sorry. I went to the smart kid classes, and then I went to smart kid high school for 9 weeks before they kicked me out for vandalism. I'm sorry I did these things.
Were you writing in Latin on the bathroom mirrors
No,
What a rebel!
I went to
in P?
I went to the smart kid school because I took the test. My parents bribed me each time,
Wow.
and they were like,
With food.
"No, there are 3 different stages." I think for the first stage, I got Metallica's Live S Binge and Purge.
Hmm.
Nice box set. I think for taking the second test, I got a copy of Super Street Fighter 2 or Turbo. I forget which.
Jeez.
Yeah, they hooked it up. They wanted their
I
little
never
show pony
got
to act
these.
smart. And I did. And I really, they were just like
That's where I
motivated
fell
girls
short.
in my class. And I was like, I'm smarter than these people. And I'm smarter than the boys too. I don't want to do a sexist thing. My mom was just always focused on like, she's not even that smart. She's just very driven, as if that were a naughty thing. Like she reveled in the fact like I was smart enough to
Was there a
waltz in.
specific
just crush.
female
I think that
student
that's insane,
she
right?
decided was your nemesis or
Yeah,
something?
there's 2 of them.
Aha!
There's 2 of them. So I bested them. And I went to the school just to prove that I was that smart because I didn't even want to do it over the summer. And they said, just go.
Yeah, summer school is a
Yeah,
punishment.
why would you go there? Yeah,
Well, no,
I did summer school
I meant the summer.
every year.
The summer before, I
As
was
a
like,
punishment?
I don't
No,
want to go.
for math class,
Okay.
which is
And
sort
they
of a
said,
punishment.
just try it. Just try it. Who gives a damn? And I went there and I went nuts seeing every kid acting like they were in a utopia and that they were off to college.
the Golden Children.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
would
remember
they
that.
would leave jackets out, textbooks out,
Yeah.
like laptops that they brought to school back when a laptop was like $14,000 and you had to kind of hand crank it for
Mhm.
18 minutes of juice. And I went nuts. Like I would just see this stuff. Like I would take their books and just like fling them outside. And then they'd
What?
walk back and be like, where are my books? And I'd be like, haha, dick face. And walk away. Like I would take laptops.
Such the bully.
I wasn't so big
You're a
on
bully. I keep
crushing.
forgetting that.
By the way, he also did this at the improv class
Yeah.
as adults. He was like, I know everybody here paid a lot for it. He was like, but you don't work a job like me. So he started destroying things.
I remember I
One
saw,
percenters. That's
Exactly.
not even.
I couldn't bring myself to crush the laptop because I was like, okay, if that ever comes back to me, I am so screwed. But I remember taking one
Yeah,
and like
you could-
shove it in a locker and just like walking away after locking
Your
it. And the
dad
kid was
would
like,
kill you.
"Oh, my laptop." I would just do things like that because I
Honestly.
I didn't want to be those people, I guess,
And why not?
because they all seemed like such,
You
Uh-huh.
didn't have to
They
be
what?
those
They
guys.
seemed like what?
I don't know, they seemed like dorks and sissies.
Okay.
And I rebelled against
So
that.
what made you think that that would be worse than the way your life was?
Well,
if
they
you were a
had the
dork
last
or
laugh. I'm a
sissy?
goddamn locksmith.
Well, you're an excellent locksmith.
It's true, but
Best
I'm
one in
still
town.
a locksmith, and these guys are working for like Goldman Sachs, so they win.
Pshaw.
I just mean, I don't
The
know.
tortoise done its thing.
Like, what? Your mom wanted you to be smart, so like, what pushed you the other way? Like, what made you think, well, you know, my mom would approve of me
Probably
if
all
I
that Metallica.
was smart, but like this more important approval is what I'll get if I'm strong. Like, where did that come from?
I think like around second grade, I got glasses and started chubbing up because I realized what death was.
Okay, so it's reaction.
And I was like, I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna be the glasses fat kid who's also like a dweeb. And so despite being in the smart kid classes, I was just bully other kids. I was a vandal. I was part of like a 2 or 3 other kids who were from much more broken homes than mine. So they had excuses. And I was just like, I was always attracted to the trash. Wherever I went, I was always into like the garbage people that I could find.
Oh,
If you guys are
For a
just
long
tuning in,
time.
we are listening to Analyze Papa.
Yeah.
Hour 200.
I'm gonna make every episode like this.
Like if you put me in a
We could
ballroom, I would be like, where's the janitor
Good.
sipping whiskey? Because that's the guy I'm going to talk to.
Yeah,
That's my dude.
Yeah.
He's
That's
gonna do my
funny.
math
I
homework.
did that too, but I was never like in the. I think it was like a. I can't imagine anyone relating to me unless it's like people who no one else can relate to. So I would totally hang out with like lunch ladies and janitors.
I was just
Really?
super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
That's
You
just the
banged
problem.
like 30 something girls in high school. We have literally nothing in common.
Please.
Was it more?
Barely.
Yeah, there's pretty
30.
much like no chance that any of us would have been friends in high school.
Probably not.
That's weird. Isn't that weird?
Although you know what, like my close friends,
Yeah.
they weren't popular. So
Hmm.
Would we
could've
have been
worked.
brought together by
I mean,
drugs?
at
Because
school,
that's how
though,
I
get the hell
interacted
away
with
from me.
everyone. If you
Yeah,
smoked
that
weed,
that
we would
wouldn't
have
have
been
worked for
friends.
me.
I don't know.
I didn't do anything.
I
I cannot
got off
confirm.
on people being like, "You're so smart. Why do you do this?" That was the
Oh,
question I
yeah,
liked
I get
hearing
that.
asked of me
I get
all the
that.
time.
Yeah.
Like anytime I was like about to get in school suspended or whatever the hell, it'd be like, "You have straight A's. Like, why are you also a piece of human garbage?" And for
That's
some
really
reason, I
interesting.
liked that.
I think that in a way you can relate to
Deep
things that adult women do that are very much like that. It's like the safest place.
You're dating a podcast locksmith? Why?
Kind of, right?
because it's dirty.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mom
it's not
hates
that.
him.
It's like it's a safe place if people's normal reaction is like, really? Because you can do better. You're like, oh, okay, I'll
You're
stay
like,
then. Because
great.
this is like,
Yeah, you're not actually pushing yourself.
Yeah.
Instead, you're hanging with the
It's easy.
dropouts and they're getting C's and D's. So
Yeah.
like your A's that
You
fell
you
to
don't have to
B's,
do
suddenly you're,
anything.
Now this
Yeah.
show feels
you're
kind of
still
weird.
the genius.
I'm
being
sorry.
second mic on it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dumb kid.
You hang out.
Are you tracking
You
with
hang
most
out
of what
with
we're
lesser
saying?
thans. It makes you feel good.
Well, he
Wait,
did.
But
He doesn't anymore.
Let's be fair. I do work really hard. Although I know your mom's gonna hate that.
I bet you do on the farm, you hayseed dummy.
Good one.
Thank you.
Aw.
You need to work.
Back home on the tattoo farm. It's a family business.
Oh, just sitting on the porch.
That's some
strumming-
hard age
Strumming my
house.
Jew harp.
Strumming it?
Yeah.
You don't even know how to play a Jew's harp.
We need to
Joke's
get
on
one.
you.
We need to get
Carefully,
one.
very carefully.
We need to get one and play it here.
We should.
I'd love.
100%.
Do you know the instrument I'm talking about? It sounds
I
like
looked it up. The
boing,
picture.
boing, 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 boing,
Yeah.
boing. Yeah.
One of
okay.
us should play it outside and see if we can get money.
It looks like there's a weapon in Halo when you can take the aliens' weapons and it's like a blade that
Yeah, I know
a
what you're talking
about.
double-sided blade
Oh.
with like a little blade in the middle.
What, like
It's
those sword thingies that Worf used to have when
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, Worf's a
came
Jew
time
apparently.
for Worf's once a year fight with other people thingy.
Yeah, where he's like, "Oh, I've been dissed."
Yeah. The Worf diss.
Yeah, time to headbutt you with my weird ridge,
Oh.
and everyone will just react the same way. Ew! Why'd you touch me with that?
Yeah,
Is it
gross.
contagious?
That thing's
Oh,
always
it got
shiny
on
and
me.
wet.
He had some forehead sweat for a
It's-
guy
yes.
with not his real forehead on.
Is my skin gonna wrinkle like a dick where you touched me?
Yeah, I thought they would dry that out. They never did.
We did
Yeah.
improv.
It's so
Yeah, you
moist.
can't just mop a guy's brow, apparently.
Yeah, we did improv.
I thought you were going to show me your
Was it-
Wharf improv.
Was it fun though? So
I'm Wharf.
you were the best in the class. That's as far as we got.
John did well.
Yeah, I did
Oates
all
did
right.
well.
All
Chris
of
did
our people who had a comedy background, we did
Alright.
okay.
And I really liked the energy of the class. Like I was pretty
awesome.
I was very
pretty
happy.
nervous going in there. I know that it's culty.
You never know what you're gonna get.
because I know that it's like a culty experience and
Yeah.
you never know what
But it's
you're
not
going
a crappy
to get.
cult like CrossFit.
No, it really
I
wasn't.
don't know. Who knows? Like
That's
I think
you
true.
don't
that's
know until
like-
you get in there.
I was gonna say it's
Look at
probably
me.
like,
I don't know the inside of a box.
It's probably
as
like
it's called.
second year is when it gets like really culty.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
fine.
And
The advanced.
Yes, and, yes, and
Oh,
it
it
is
was
a
coming.
cult. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still in the mood, the whole like don't be critical, just roll with it thing.
I love it.
And sure, like
That's
I
pretty
could look
cool.
at people in my class and be like, you're a weak link, and do that. But I'm cool with it. And especially I felt
Where would it get you?
It must
I-
feel
it,
good.
it gets me nowhere. I'm much happier right now. This will wear off by tomorrow.
Oh, it
And
has to.
when the Skins lose to the Steelers on Monday, it'll be that shine done.
Are you
gone.
banking on that?
I think it'll
You
happen.
think that's gonna happen?
If the Skins win,
then
Skins
they're
losing
like
to Steelers
really
seems
looking
very
up for
Paul
the year.
Bunyan-y to me.
I'll be handing out blowjobs like a confetti on New Year's. Any D
Can we
I can
find you
get
on
my
back
hand on.
pages?
I
Or are you gonna just do it on the show?
Yeah, don't pimp me out here. I'm just saying if someone happens to need it, I'll be like, you know what? I'll do a little switcherooski. That's how happy I am. They took down the goddamn Steelers to open the season. That would be amazing. I guess I wasn't on my high horse throughout it, not just because we got the whole speech about, hey, don't be critical of people, just roll with it. There's no wrong answers here.
Yeah.
I also walked in with an incredibly sick tummy. And there's unisex
Indian food, right?
Crap,
The ghee.
John,
Thai actually.
Crap factory.
Mm.
Man
Yeah,
it up a little bit.
I held it in
But
for a
that name
good
was
hour,
already taken. So
and there are 2 unisex bathrooms that were at the back of the room.
they
I
are both
pooped.
now no sex.
It was horrible. It was like
Yeah, you do not
crapping
want to have sex in those.
in like the.
I was
Did
in
you
there.
ever have to do a trailer as a kid?
Do a trailer.
Pardon?
Like when you went to school and they ran out of good classrooms, so they gave you the trailer.
Oh,
I
classroom?
thought you meant like do an
yeah.
Eiffel Tower or like do a, have you ever
Film a
done it?
preview to a movie.
Have you ever done an upper decker?
Ever given a girl a Tallahassee trailer?
Exactly. Yeah.
We
You ever
call
done
them
a
the
trailer?
portables.
It was
Yeah,
that.
the trailer.
It was that experience
There's no way I'd crap in that trailer.
where you're trying to stealth crap because the entirety of the classroom is like
Yeah.
around you. And this was the same thing as an adult. I had to run to the back. I put on the sync. I turned up the Mozart on my smart person phone.
Everybody's totally convinced. They're like, wow, he's really good at washing his hands. He, does that a
sounds
lot.
really smart. In
So
there.
clean.
Listen to that Mozart.
And exactly like Tony after the ghee, I empty out and it's horrible. It wasn't much sound, but it was a whole lot of fury.
Wow.
It really, and it's,
Signifying.
isn't it the worst when it doesn't smell raw bad? It smells almost like just miscooked food
Yes, that is kind of the worst.
because the
That's
person
really
walks
disturbing.
in like like a cartoon character smelling a pie at
Yeah.
first, and they're like,
Oh,
"Oh wait, it's
oh,
not a delicious
no.
thing being baked in this toilet. It was feces."
I don't know who I am anymore.
So I took a horrific kind of like trapper crapper like that.
Okay.
I was really banking on someone leaving half an egg in here.
I'm so hungry, and I hear someone in the other potty next to me. So I'm like, okay, the other person who
Right.
had to hit the head
That
is
was
using
me.
it. We're good. And I walk
We like-
out after decimating this thing like Syria right now. Like this toilet was like Aleppo. And
Explosions behind you. You're walking in slow mo.
this very sweet Chinese national woman, Jin Shu, was just like, hello. And I was like,
You're like,
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
I would have felt, I
this will be
felt,
my last class.
yes.
this is why I didn't feel so bad. I was like, she's from China. She smelled things.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I've been to those markets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't like
I couldn't
Buffy
produce those.
from Kappa Sigma Tau, who's lived a clean life, and
Yeah.
her boyfriend Chip Chad doesn't poop, and nor,
Always drops rabbit
nor does
turds.
she. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like
Little dry raisin.
this is a woman that probably had to like trick her dinner onto a stick up until age 10, and they didn't put on airs and take the fur off it before they threw it on the campfire to eat. So I was like, she smelled some stuff, and
Yeah.
to her credit, Jin Poo.
Jinshu.
Jingshu, so close. Jingpu didn't judge me. She didn't walk out and going,
Followed the
"Oh, round
instructions."
eye," like holding her nose and fanning in front of herself. Back to you.
I was just gonna say though, that class was like a lot of fun. Like you were mentioning, they're obviously nice people. Because
Very nice.
I mean, I think in most classes I've been in, when somebody follows me
Sarah didn't elect to go,
after
so
I've
that's all you
dropped-
need to know.
after I've dropped a deuce, it usually turns into something a little weird. And I feel like there's maybe we're gonna have some weird times for the rest of this class.
Like all the girls
Yeah.
get
but
together
everybody
and
was
snicker.
really cool about it. Yeah,
Considering it was in the floor, yeah.
exactly. So I really liked the energy of the class. I really thought basically I was just pleasantly surprised. I was kind of worried like going in, what was going to happen. If
Yeah.
I wasn't going to like it, or you were going to be expected to just be able to
Right.
perform, right? But
That's
It-
what
it
seems
all
scary to me. That's
turned
why I
around,
didn't want to.
and we, I'm hoping to like make a couple friends out of this that we can actually do. Like, there's a guy there who does film. He edits a bunch, and he has his own camera equipment, and he works like a freelance thing. That's awesome as hell. So I think that that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then I had a second class today that nobody
Really?
else was invited to because
Alkanon?
I get treated like a real American hero.
That's
Okay.
right.
I'm a veteran.
That's true.
And so funny story about this class is it's free. And I signed
For
up for this.
you?
Yes, it's free for veterans, but you have
See,
to
that's
sign
not
up.
something
free for
I'd
everybody.
stand
Yeah,
against.
no,
I'd
no,
be
no,
like,
no.
he went
Get
in
outta
of his
here.
own free will.
No.
Why do we owe him anything?
Get out of
Hey,
here.
freedom isn't free, I've heard.
It costs an improv class.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though is I had signed up for this like a long time ago. First of all, I signed up for the writing class, which I thought was going to be good, but then that never happened.
That'd be
So
awesome.
if you guys were freaking vets, I would know more people to tell to do the writing class. So if there's any vets that are listening to the show in the area, sign up for the writing class. ASAP vets, know that it's not the alcohol safety,
Action program.
alcohol
And
action,
puppies.
and alcohol puppies.
It's the Virginia
No,
required.
I mean, yes, I have been in that one, but now I'm at a new one. It's the Armed Services Arts Program or something similar. Just look up ASAP vets. And so if there are people in the area, look up the writing. The reason they're not doing it is because there's not a whole lot of people.
I just had a
Oh.
Which
question.
I find like crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Vets just don't want to write. They just want to act.
That doesn't
I
make
guess.
any
What's-
sense.
Right, yeah.
I don't want to stereotype so much, but there's only so many Rob Riggles to go around.
I was
dude.
just going to say, I
don't
guess
think
you don't want to
there's
be
a lot
Rob
of-
Riggle.
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't have to be comedy.
Yeah, but do you want a poet vet then?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't.
We have poet vets in the Northwest.
I.
We
I
have like long-haired hippie
The best
vets.
poet
Yeah.
in
Oh, God.
Northwest.
you have Ron Kovacs. Do you have Charlie pretending to be Ron Kovacs getting wheeled around the strip club?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no one watches Always Sunny. Why?
Oh, yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about still.
Oh, Ron Kovacs was born on the 4th of July.
Was that the character in the movie Born on the 4th of July?
Yes.
Okay.
Also a book.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Book?
It was the Tom Cruise movie, his first role where he was like an actual actor and not
Yeah,
just showing
he
off
brings
his
this-
buns the way you like it, full circle.
Yes.
Dun,
That's
dun,
what
dun.
I like about his buns.
Did you know he only has a 4-inch bun?
No.
Yeah, that's
oh
just
my
camera
gosh,
effects.
the camera
It's
really,
just camera
Yeah.
effects.
really
Yeah.
adds a lot of meat.
He's
Yeah.
half Asian.
No, they usually put him next to like an Asian chick or something
Sure.
like that.
Uh-huh.
Small doorways so that then his
Yeah.
butt looks
Exactly.
bigger.
Sometimes they use stunt buns.
Yeah.
What was that now?
Stunt buns?
Cool.
Stunt buns.
Stunt buns.
Stunt buns.
Stunt buns.
I think you've got a new improv troupe name.
Stunt
Oh, we
buns.
have one. We
Okay.
already have
No,
our name.
do you?
We already
Oh
came up
no.
with one. Yeah.
What is
Oh.
it?
Small, not even big.
I have to go.
I don't know why. We were in some sort of haze and we thought it was
He
the
was-
most
he said the
I
hilarious
get that.
thing.
I get that.
He was describing something and it
I was
was
like,
small,
it's small.
not even
It's
big.
not even big.
And I think
He
I
lost his mind
went, that sounds like some gay band you would have listened to in the 90s.
as you
Like
were listening to
was not
Slayer.
was.
Yes, as I
See?
rocked to Slayer.
I'm such a good listener.
He is. That's what makes him
I
pay.
could say that like
Was not
verbatim.
was, and their one hit, Walk the Dinosaur.
One of those songs that you know only from the greatest hits
Yeah.
like commercials.
Totally. I've
Yeah.
seen it scroll on a screen. and
Oh,
that's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
If anyone's like, "Can you sing Too Shy" by Kajo Google? I'm like, "You're
Hush.
too shy to
Shy,
shy.
shy.
Hush, hush."
And
I
more.
lie." Yeah, you're like, that doesn't go into Blinded Me
That's
with
not-
Science by Thomas Dolby
I
because
feel like it did.
we're
yeah.
lost.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
And
That sounds
I
right.
ran. Yep. That's it. I just know those snippets.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You're like, where's the part where he's talking about running? I don't get this other
Did
thing.
it all for the glory.
Doo-doo-doo.
I would
So-
500.
Oh, you 90s kid, spoiling it all. So, which was the better class, sir?
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
have
our first class was
Did you have more fun with Dr.
certainly
Deuce
better.
over
But
here?
what was
or-
kind of cool about this class is the teacher we had for our first class was taught by the teacher I have for my second class.
That's like having
That's
sex
awesome.
with a
It's like-
mom and daughter.
I've almost done that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a
I've had
mom and brother.
sisters. That's kind of cool, right?
Nothing. All
We
right.
didn't need to go
All
there.
right.
Yeah.
The second class was all right, but I think when you give something for free, some people don't take it as seriously.
Yeah.
Does
that
that
seems
make
like a
any
thing.
sense? Yeah, of course
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'm real serious about being a
100%.
welfare cheat.
Hmm.
So that one was okay, but I'm intrigued to see where that one goes. Although I think that we were stronger in our first class.
Yes.
We do not have a show at the end of our first class.
No, they take
Now-
pity on
Oh,
us.
Now,
really?
what I believe is the weaker of the two, I will have a show at the end of this one.
I wonder if a
Huh.
lot of people who
I'm not
didn't
exactly
pay
ready
for
for
this
that.
will
Well, you're
skip
going to be
out.
double ready.
I would hope so. And that's why I tried not to tell them that, I was like, yeah, I'm actually taking a class like 2 hours before this one even starts.
Double improv and bastard.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm going to be like crazy good.
This
I'm going to
might
start making like
Yeah.
a bunch of money.
Yeah,
not sound
That's
good.
sweet improv money.
It's hella good.
Is there a way I can falsify my records to get free stuff?
I believe you can.
Nice.
There are,
I don't know if you can.
dude, if they can do it for voting, I'm pretty sure you can do it for improv classes.
So we can only do it in Florida.
I mean, I can find like a junkyard dog and say it's my helper dog. You had 2 helper dogs in
I
your
don't
class.
know if
by the
this
way.
There were
dog
2
is
dogs
what's
in the
going to put
class?
you over the
Who's
the edge,
gonna want to kick a guy with a
document-wise.
dog out?
again. I
especially
guess
like
it
a really
depends on the
cute dog?
kind of dog.
And then I got a bunch of badges that came with like this certain series of GI Joes, and they look like real like badges.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry about that. You don't need any
Nice.
stinking badges.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any like military looking stuff, so I just ire them onto like a t-shirt. but-
Just like an
You
old
don't.
Girl Scout uniform.
Yeah.
You realize
Just a sash.
You realize vets don't have to walk around in their old military
Have to.
uniforms
really?
Yeah.
to
I
show
don't know,
everybody
that
they're a
doesn't
vet.
sound right.
However, if you do see someone in their military uniforms, chances are they weren't, and they got
Mm.
them at the thrift store,
Oh man.
and that's why they're asking for your dollar when they should just become a fireman.
So I wouldn't pass a
Yeah.
Sergeant Chang.
Colonel
Okay.
Sander.
Well, yeah, we did the hell out of the improv.
but it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
we'll probably talk
That's
about that a
awesome.
little bit more as
I wish
things
you
get
had said
wacky.
yes. Why didn't you do this? This was really
Because
fun.
I'm afraid of it. That's
It's
why.
also-
That's why
Really?
people don't do things.
It's also
Come on.
$300, so I don't blame
It
you.
was like
Yeah,
220, I thought.
Mm.
240.
But
$229.
I just shelled out $250 for another like weekend long intensive writing
I was-
class. So it's not like
Really?
Oh.
Where are
Yeah.
you going?
That's a week long though.
it's a weekend.
Oh,
There's
weekend.
a
Screw that.
like a master class, a bunch of screenwriting, different things. It's called Script DC, and it's in November.
Remember
yeah,
when she told us
interested?
about that, John?
Oh, I do.
I don't think I did. I just learned about
definitely-
this weekend,
I guess I see.
And by remember,
and so I just
And you
well,
wonder
but
why
should-
you're on Saturdays.
I
yeah,
know.
exactly.
Well, whatever. We tell each other everything eventually.
We do. Eventually, it all comes out in the wash.
Yeah, yeah. There's
It all
all
comes
there's
out in
all
the
different
pod.
master classes, but they're all at the same like time. I was going to do the comedy one, but they have like, character development, all kinds of stuff.
That sounds
Yeah,
pretty cool.
we'll talk about it offline, as we say at work.
Okay, we'll do that because now
That's pretty cool.
I'm intrigued.
And then
But
we're
yeah,
gonna
I
have to
didn't take
hear about
improv
it.
because I was scared. I was a scared bunny.
Same.
Where you skirt?
It
So
is super
scared.
fun.
You skirt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we can go out on that. Talking about
Fear?
all our yeah, it's always the theme, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice to have a
Fear,
little
self-loathing.
Oh yeah.
Fear
Beginning and
loathing.
end of
what
us.
city? Fear and loathing in Fairfax. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you. Fuck your county.
All right, folks. This was Papa's Basement. I hope you liked it. I hope you shared it. I asked you to
Share it. Share it. Share it.
on the Facebook and the Twitter.
Retweet.
Sharing
Retweet.
is
Retweet.
caring.
It's funny when you take something from Twitter and you put it on Facebook, and the letters RT are on Facebook, and you're like, no one knows this. Facebook is
Yeah.
for old grannies.
Yeah, I think everybody's confused when
Yeah.
like the hashtags come through and all that.
Exactly. They're like, really tried. What? I don't get it.
That seems weird.
I'm John Papa Giorgio again in papasbasement.com. Every episode we've ever done is up there. Contribute to our Patreon. No one's doing that because we don't promote it well. We need to do it as the top pin on the site. And
You're
it'll stay
gonna
there.
get so much stuff.
You get a couple dirty shows a month we don't otherwise give out. They're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. At Papa's Basement on Twitter for me, Facebook.com/Papa's Basement, YouTube.com/Papa's Basement. Oh, there's something else I wanted to promote, but I forgot. Oh, yeah, the discs.
iTunes, the discs.
Discs, yeah.
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 iTunes and Stitcher.
The 3
If you-
1/4 inchers.
Yeah, if you want John's floppy, just send him a box.
That's all anyone gets.
Yeah.
You guys.
You bring the box, you got the floppy. I'm Pete Maybe. I'm at Pete Maybe on the Twitters, and you'll you won't see me behind the scenes, but do a lot of work behind the scenes. So we're trying to create more content for you guys as much as we can. And we hope you enjoy this episode and that you share it with all your friends.
Yes, retweets and Facebook stuff. That's what really counts. Let's be honest.
Facebook.
Yeah, and tributes.
That's where I keep all my
Tribute
faves
me
from my
fans.
book. Yeah. I'm Sarah Beaker at Madam Too Soon on the tweets.
I will be tweeting all of their names out on Twitter, and I include them in the show posts.
We
So
will be
please
retweeting.
follow them. It means a lot, and share it. We need that. If you made it to the end of the episode, you like us. Get us out there, damn it.
Share yourself.
Mwah.
We're home free. School's out, baby.
Good show.
Nothing to talk about, nothing to critique. Great show, great guest tomorrow. You go home, have a glass of wine, whack off. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's the post-show critique?
Yeah, you're the best.
It's my time to go. I successfully burned all my bridges. Nobody loves me, and I don't love nobody.